Kylene has described to me that one of the things that she'd like me to do is explain or give an example of, well, how are you going to address these people? How are we going to secure these sponsors? Can we be a touch specific? Um, I don't know if you want me to be so specific as acting like I'm picking up a phone and exactly what I'm saying. I don't know if that's as important as just getting a real feel as to, um, what am I going to convey? You know, and years ago, I heard a saying. Back when I was in the insurance industry, they used to have a saying that said, "Sell the sizzle, not the steak." And I like that statement because I think it really pertains to what we have here. Uh, we could probably sell some of the things that Kylene has brought up to you. You could do a wall wrap. We could do windscreens. You could certainly do static signage. Um, we can put beautiful lettering outside an auditorium. I guess that would be the steak. But I think so much more of that is the sizzle. What is it? What are these people? What are they supposed to feel by doing this? I would hope that they would feel some philanthropic endeavor to it all. I would really hope that they're feeling like this isn't just about me and where my name's going and my exposure, although I think that's very important. I would hope that the people that we approach would be similar to the way Side Effects feels and thinks, similar to the way that your school system feels and thinks, that it would be a little bit more, I don't know, deeper or core to this. An example would be what I'd like to do is call on community members. One of the ideas that I think that we should employ is to approach community members and invite them to a dinner. These are all prospective sponsors, and invite them to a dinner. I'd like the dinner to be centered around, obviously, the opportunity that we have, and then we can approach them individually, and I think that's definitely necessary. We certainly aren't going to invite 50, 100, 200 people in and try to sell them on why they should be an auditorium sponsor. That would be absolutely foolish. But I think that it can whet their appetite. It can introduce them to the opportunity. I would like that meeting to be featured with a speaker. I think that we could probably secure at least a college coach. I can't imagine why a college coach wouldn't want to go into the school district, a 3 high school district, and be president there. I also have some personal contacts. In no way am I trying to tell you that I can get one of these 4 or 5 people that I'm going to mention. Again, absolutely not. But this is an example. Mike Nugent, A.J. Hawk, both graduates from my high school. We have some mutual friends. I did a charity event with Mike Nugent. But again, I'm not saying it's going to be Mike Nugent. Urban Meyer, have more than a few connections there. But again, I'm not saying Urban Meyer is going to speak. Certainly David Fulcher, among others. There's a whole number of people that just, again, in my mind, that I think that we could probably try to secure so that the evening isn't just about coming in and hearing how we'd like you to basically sell you on why you should be spending money in Kenton County schools. I'd like to make it a deeper, more meaningful event. That would be one method. The other thing that we would want to do is introduce myself by telephone, let them know of the opportunity at Kenton County Schools and how we would like to see if they would like to play a larger role in the community. Does that interest them? Would they like to be thought of and felt and be, for example, the heating and air company in the county? Is that important to them, or isn't it? But again, we just need to take more of a worldly or more of a large-scale approach. Is, do they want to be a larger member of the community? That is definitely going to resonate and be applicable to people that are for the auditoriums, gymnasiums, maybe even football fields. When you get into some of the other signage, whether it's a wall wrap or scoreboard signage, that's where you're going to get into situations where maybe they don't have to be so community based. Maybe it is a little bit more about I want to be that heating and air company or that flour company or that bank at that school. They may not even want all three schools. They might feel more of an allegiance to that school, and they would feel that the other two schools are actually rivals. That this is not about a whole county thing. So we're definitely gonna approach people individually as well. It's not going to be just about speaking to the people that came to that function. Uh, the other thing that is very, very important, I believe, is um, we had a book club here at the office. In fact, we're currently reading The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. I first read the book back in 1996, and now I'm reading it again, and we're doing a book study. Terrific book. If you haven't read it, I strongly suggest that you read it. It doesn't matter whether you're a business owner, an educator, an administrator, family member, read that book. But anyway, one of the books that we read was The Challenger Sale, and we did a book club on that, and it was company-wide. We split the company in two, and on one day we led it and went through it, and then half the company led on another day that same week. In the Challenger Sale was kind of neat because it talked about how in order to have the true effective sales, what you really need to do is you need to tailor programs to the customer, and then you need to teach them and you need to take control. I believe that when we present the opportunity to, whether it's a naming rights on an auditorium or a stadium, or whether it's sponsor signage, or no matter what it is, they have to get the feeling that they are, as a community member, that they are partnering with the school. And it's not a matter of paying X amount of money for a sign display. Sure, it'll be that, but it's got to be a lot more than that. For example, the Huntington Learning Centers, or tutoring type services, parent-teacher conferences. We just had parent-teacher conferences yesterday for all the kids in both communities. I don't know if this is something that everybody does, but I know it happened in Springboro. I know it happened in Franklin. Yesterday and today, and I think even Monday, they're going to be doing some parent-teacher conferences. When they do these, at least for the younger children, I know that they take these folders and they present the papers. They go through the different standards and the items that they want to go through with the parents. Why would we be doing that with just pieces of paper that we're laying down? Why would we do it in a plain folder? Why wouldn't we do it, for example, in a Huntington Learning folder? I mean, is anything more specific to what we're speaking to than that? You're speaking to them about how well they do in math, or maybe how they're facing some challenges in reading, or there's some other areas that they could use some help in. Well, my goodness, here is a tutoring service that can benefit not only the tutoring company, that's a given, but it also can benefit that student, which is what it's better be all about. It can benefit the teacher. Of course the teacher wants that student to be a better reader or better at math. My goodness. But again, it's a natural fit. Well, if you went to Huntington Learning Center and said, this is the campaign that we would like to present, let me show what interest you might have. If I was a Huntington Learning Center and I was a business owner and I owned one of those franchises, my goodness, if I was approached with that opportunity, I got to believe that, obviously they're a business, so that they're a for-profit business. So my goodness, what would that do for their profits? I would hope that they're into that business not just for profits, but to make differences in some of these kids' lives. My goodness, wouldn't the numbers just naturally explode? It gets back to that win-win-win concept. You got to teach, you got to tailor, teach, and take control. I'm going to guess that Huntington's not doing that now with you, and the reason being is somebody didn't think of that, somebody didn't take control of it, somebody didn't tailor a program to make it work. That's what this is going to be about. This is going to be about taking control and tailoring these opportunities for community members. They don't even know it's available. And I'm not so sure that if you just made a call to Huntington and you said, how would you like to spend X amount of money, and what we'll do is put your name on the library. I don't know. I just don't know if that's going to do it. I don't know if that moves people to action. On the other hand, The example I just gave you about the parent-teacher conferences, I cannot imagine a good business owner ever saying no to an opportunity like that. I just have a hard time. Perhaps that was maybe a point where you saw some of my conveying of a belief coming across. I can't tell you that Huntington's going to absolutely do this. I have no way of knowing. I don't even know if this is something you would want to be involved in as a school. But I can tell you that if you want that, I'm pretty darn certain I can convey that this is something that they should be doing. It works with math. It works with what better be their mission. It has to work. One of the things I want to make sure that you understand is that I hope that you feel like Side Effects would be an honorable, a prestigious representation of Kenton County Schools. We consider this just an enormous privilege that you would even invite us to have an opportunity to work with your school district. And when I say school district, I'm quite aware that you guys are a 3 high school district. Being here in Ohio and listening to radio out of Cincinnati, I'm very, very familiar with your school district. We got a tour of several of the campuses. Just a school district and campuses that you guys are obviously very proud of. I wish I was there. I hope I get the pleasure of meeting you each individually, and I hope that I get to spend some time in your county and in your communities, because I don't know, I just have this feel that I can make a difference, and with your help we can pull it together. Thanks.